So here's the worst mistake you can make with money, and it's worse than spending all of it, and it's worse than not trying to make it at all, and it's worse than any of the mistakes that you think you could probably do, and that is getting it. It's getting the amount of money that you want, and then still feeling like crap. That's definitely the worst mistake that you could make. And I say this from personal experience that at the beginning of my entrepreneurial career, I just wanted to make six figures. That was like my big thing. I couldn't, the idea that I could like get on a call and sell someone on some work for something over $1,000 was still like out of my perception. And then the more I did that, I was like, okay, I want to have a six-figure business, $100,000 a year. Then I did that, and I was like, man, I thought I'd be like flying private jets at six figures a year. Definitely anyone who's made six figures a year will tell you that they're not doing that unless they make other bad decisions with money that aren't this one. Didn't even buy a nice car, none of that shit. Anyway, then after that, I was like, well, I just really want to get six figures in the bank. And then I did that. And then I started to feel really shitty. And mostly because, one, I felt like I had achieved a lot of the things that I wanted to achieve. I wanted six figures in the bank. I wanted to meet my wife. I wanted to get married. Wanted to meet my wife. I wanted to move to a condo downtown. Those were like the things that I was really working towards. The reason I was doing what I was doing and running the business at all. And then all of that happened, and I found myself kind of super depressed. Not super depressed, but I found myself not feeling great. I found myself feeling like I didn't know what I was going to do next. I found myself feeling like just kind of lost. And then I realized that there's no point in chasing money goals if you're just going to feel like kind of down and afraid. And a lot of people experience this. I work with a lot of clients. They get a little bit of money and then they kind of feel a little lost. And I've seen it in my business partners too. You know, we did like $250,000 deals, and then all of a sudden the fire's gone, the passion's gone, the reason for working is gone. And one of my biggest fears, I've realized, is that I'll find myself in a situation again where I'm not feeling inspired. I'm doing it basically for the wrong reasons. And obviously people with money, it's easy for them to say that, oh, like, you know, don't do it for the wrong reasons and stuff, right? Like if you're doing it for the money, you're in it for the wrong reasons. But more and more and more, I've realized how true that is. And it's not that you can't do stuff for money. I think you should want money. It's a lot of the focus that I do. It's why I'm in branding. It's why I'm in marketing. I love talking about profitability. I love talking about helping people increase their revenue. I love doing it for myself and for other people. But there has to be more than that. And that's why I think one of the worst mistakes you can do with money is, as I said, get it and then lose touch with why. Lose touch with what the money points at. I was listening to a service today. It was just Easter, and one of the online faith organizations that I watch, he said something I thought was really interesting, was don't get obsessed with what it points to. What it points to is what you should be striving for. Basically what he means by that is, you know, we look at Easter, or we look at certain things, money, we get obsessed with that. But it's not that. It's what that points to that matters more. And in this case, what that points to in his example was God. And I'm realizing more and more that, yes, strive for money, make more, do it, but don't lose sight of optimizing for happiness. Don't lose sight of what the money points to, because you're not just trying to go for the money. You're trying to go for the happiness. You're trying to go for the joy. You're trying to go for the peace. You're trying to go for the freedom. At least I am. Obviously, a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'll get into business and then I'll run this multi-million-dollar business and I'll just be stressed all the time and, you know, flying from place to place. Like, sure, it works for Gary Vee. I think that that's really dope that he wants to be at meetings at 11 o'clock at night in his 40s, which is, you know, it works for him. But you have to know, but he does it for more than that. And he talks about that all the time, right? He's not in it because he already has the money. He's already rich, and he was rich before he did VaynerMedia. He acts like that because that's truly what he wants his life to be. And so, to close this, again, the worst mistake you can make with money is build it in either a way you don't want your life to be. You build it and then you're like, I don't want my life to be like this at all. I did not think this through. I did not reverse engineer this in the proper way. And the second one is to get to 6 figures in the bank or wherever you're trying to go, $1 million, multi-million dollars, and be like, dang, I don't feel good. I've lost my spirit. I've lost my connection. I've lost my joy. I've lost my purpose. I've lost my dreams. To what? Right? To what? And so keep striving. Keep dreaming. Keep doing all of that stuff. But remember what's most important. It's not the money. It's what the money points to. And if you want to talk about any of your brand or any of your marketing or any of that stuff, hit me up. Have an awesome day.